So if you were to nail down what's important as an MC to 4 categories, what would they be?
Flow, lyrical content, voice.
Voice.
Yes, voice. Flow, voice, lyrical content, and lyrics. Because that's actually 2 different things. Lyrical content is the depth, how deep it is of what you say. Lyrics is just being nice. You clever with your words, you can rock it. Flow, I think everybody knows what flow is. Voice, well, look at DMX. Look at a few other artists. You got a voice. You're intriguing from the beginning. Or it doesn't even have to be like it's so much baritone, so much. It just has to be distinct. And it's something that it'll bring your individuality out. It can't sound like everybody else. And one thing that'll bring, look at Jadakiss. There's a lot of artists, even Jahan. Your voice, Q-Tip. Your voice is. I had a guru from Gangstar. A lot of people look past that. I think that's real important. I think that a lot of people fail.
All right, so in terms of your process, how do you develop songs? Does the music come first? How do you write lyrics down?
A lot of times I'm writing without music because I just like to write. So I'm writing poetry sometimes, or even rhymes, 16s or whatever. I just randomly write a 16. If I'm writing a song, I can write a song conceptually without the music. I've written a few Stanford's Clutches, a song I have, Rain Forgive, without music, and then music is put to them. I've read hip-hop psychology without music. But now, a lot of times, and I still write a lot without music because I just love to write. But I probably do, if I do a 16-track album, I'll probably do 8 written to the music, and then maybe 8 more that I came with the idea and tell the producer to build from the ground up over my beats, over my lyrics, over his beats. I like writing to the beats though too, but at the same time, a lot of people have the tendency to get lazy when they start rhyming to the beat. They kind of because the beat can write something for you a lot of times, and your lyrics can end up being average. My lyrics aren't average. I'm a lyricist, so I try to put emphasis on what I'm saying for people to hear me. So at the end of the day, Jadakiss had a line. He said, "Y'all use beats for help. We help the beats." I can totally agree. And if you want to know that line, it was on DMX's album, and then there was X, track number 14, I think it was. It was Locks and DMX, and I really like that line. And that'll go to show you, how much I pay attention to the lyrics. Y'all use beats for help, we help the beats. I like to help the beats.
All right. Yeah, you get a lot of MCs nowadays who actually don't write.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to say like Saul Williams, we can tell. We can tell that you're not right. Some of y'all, it works for. And I can hear that you don't write. Because me being a writer, sometimes I just, I can freestyle. Heavy. So I can come off the brain. But being a writer, I like to uplift for the future. Like I said, that's one of my principles. So to me, writing is a level that you can kind of take it, you kind of can build. You can do a lot of building if you will, if I can say that. You do a lot of elevation when you sit down and you could write a different song from a different perspective. A lot of these rappers that don't write, I'm not going to call out any names, something like that, but a lot of them, I listen to their stuff, and a lot of them, I can anticipate a lot of what they're going to say, what they're going to do. And they don't deal with real broad subjects. They deal with the same kind of thing, and then they brag that they don't write. That's fine, and I like their music too, and some of them are good lyricists. I listen to them too, just as much as I would listen to anybody else. But I guess now it's become an epidemic, and I think a lot of these cats think it's a good thing when they say, yo, I don't write. Like I said, some of y'all, a lot of y'all, more than ones that we can tell. You don't sound like, You could be better. I'll put it that way. You could be a lot better if you sat there and at least edited or did something, you know, or maybe you might want to change something up. To me, because the way I flow and see things is like, I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying not to say the same thing that the last man said. If so, I'm trying to come up with a different word than what's in the typical 16-bar frame. You might not be able to catch that in a 16-bar frame. Maybe you need 24. Maybe you need 32. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, there's not a lot of lyricists like a Cannabis that, you know, they sit there and elevate every line, and they're stunning the game. You know he wrote. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a writer. He could sit there and lay 16s up and rhyme about the similar subject, but there's way more to life than guns, drugs, and ladies. So at the end of the day, you gotta be a little more broader. And these artists that don't write Final Conclusion, there may be a few that do it because that's naturally them. But for the most part, this epidemic that is taking place with all these rappers talking about they don't write, a lot of y'all, matter of fact, about 80%, I can tell. The other 20 gets a pass because that's naturally the style. Just do you. I write. I can freestyle now when I come off the board.
Now, freestyle, always been debated. You know, over the years. What is a freestyle? Some people say freestyle is something that you've never used before.
Yeah,
it's been written, but you've never shared it. That's a freestyle.
That's exclusive to me.
So how do you define a freestyle?
Let me say one thing too. All right, I'm gonna address that right quick. But even to put a little something on the end of what I just said about the not writing, and this kind of falls on the freestyle. I think the not writing, just like you just said, that some people call a freestyle, you know, something that they had previously written, and now they put it out, and now it's a freestyle. I think it's a cliche in the 2009. Meaning, you know, I just think it's something business-wise and smart. If you don't write down, you look more amazing. That's the attitude, I guess. Even if your art sucks, you still look more amazing. And when you have, it's the same thing with the freestyle. When you come with the freestyle and you know, you make the rules where you switch it out. That's the thing. We don't have a written hip-hop Bible. Maybe KRS-One needs to work with some people. We can come up with that, because who made this rule that it could be now freestyle, it could be something that you previously wrote but you never used? I would say that's more exclusive. I guess that is a freestyle because I gave you the style for free. But to me also, I think the note or the whole meaning of a free style is you are in your freest state. You know, you're free. You know, so you're coming off the brain basically, or you're doing whatever at that moment.
Like jazz.
Like, yeah, right, like jazz, improvisation. Like jazz improvisation. You are doing it right then and there. It's a freestyle. Now, if the style is free, maybe we need to call that style free. Maybe that's what it is when you guys are, you know, coming with a verse you wrote down. Because I got tons of verses I will never use. It's probably better than what's on Cat's albums. And I'll straight up say that, and I would use them on a mixtape. And I'll spin them in a cypher, and I'll do whatever. But I'm not gonna say, yo, this is a freestyle, you know? If they say, oh, yo, freestyle, and I do that, then I'll do that, and I don't have to tell you whether it's a freestyle or not. And some people are not as capable. I think that it's a cliche for the cat that's not as capable of freestyling as good as somebody else. Okay. That's what I think this whole exclusive thing is. I don't mean to, but teach his own. I'm pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes. There's an MC and there's a rapper. You know, there's a lot of rappers out there, and I want them to get their paper.